said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. The Spartans will put it away to start the game. He'll bring it back looking for help. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Clemson's offense will have first crack at this one. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Off play action. Got it in the middle. It's Rousseau. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to throw on third. Working that left side now. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. The give on the option. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, I don't know defensively if you want to keep giving this guy that much cushion, because when he gets the ball in space, he's able to shake all these defenders and turns a 5-yard completion into a 1st down.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Caught in the backfield, it's Rousseau. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Got a man, it's Williams. And after that short completion, what will they do now? Just a few inches to go.
And you want to get the ball out quick, and you want your receiver to make the play for you and get the 1st down. You don't now. Decision time, 4th and short.
That is no good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score. So Michigan State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Snow. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
And the Spartans come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
The Spartans have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The give to the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Back to throw. It's Stoneburner. Got his man downfield. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Really nice job on that throw, just giving his guy an opportunity to catch the ball. It kind of reminds me about Bill Burke, a guy I played against back in the Citrus Bowl when I was playing. He was throwing to Plaxico Burress, and he just kept putting the football in Plax's range, and we just couldn't stop the two of them. They went up and down the field on us all day long throwing it. If you just give your guy a chance like he did right there, I don't know if this defense can stop him.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. First play of the period will be a second down. Takes a handoff. It's Poole. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. And the Spartans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because...
Touchdown, Spartans! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And you're really starting to see the chemistry that this guy is developing with his quarterback. They hooked up for a touchdown in the first game. They do it again here. These two are on the same page.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, down 7-0. Nice move there. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The RPO, it's complete. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. From the gun, running back gets to give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends pegging the decibel meter on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Running behind that left side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Back to pass. It's Stoneburner. Oh, they're after him. Picked off. Taking it the other way. At the 30. At the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thorne. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. They're going back to the ground. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Here comes the option. Quick toss. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle, it's Thorne. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Trying to beat him to the left. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Stoneburner. It's complete to the left. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the end zone. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. With the catch, it's Thorne. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in East Lansing. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
They'll move the wide receiver. Finds a man in the middle. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Stoneburner. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. And the Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw again. Complete. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Yeah, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Snow. Touchdown, Sparty! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
He does a really nice job getting the snap, getting the ball to his wide receiver in stride so he continued to run full speed and make all those yards after the catch and get all the way to the end zone.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pretty good job of coverage on that kick. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. They'll go to the ground. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Rousseau. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires one high and deep. He's got it down the right side. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. Use the play fake, now to throw. Intercepted to stop the threat. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And that's just a force by the quarterback. They're throwing it into cover 3. It's a zone coverage, and if you're going to try to throw it deep down the middle, you need another route to occupy the safety and take them away. There was nothing there that time. That's just way too easy of an interception for him.
Pulls it in. It's Snow. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Spartans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Pulls it in. It's Snow. Breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Stoneburner. Quickly complete. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
To the air on 1st down. Got his man. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Toss sweep to the right. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Thorne. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Michigan State.
And the Spartans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
The defense there has their backs against the wall. That's a great job of really just gearing down, getting some push up front, not giving away anything, and making that play in that tackle.
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan State. They move on top here in the 4th.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
On the run from inside his own 5. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Now the play fake. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle.
Kearney on the Jets. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Clemson. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. The extra point here would tie the game.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Rush is on him. He wants to go deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. This one's complete. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. The Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Hines is tight end. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Spartans are flying down the field. Tight end now in motion. To throw, it's Stoneburner. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Just keep slinging it. That's reeled in. It's Thorne.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
3rd and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. The Spartans kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. Catch in the middle. It's Thorne. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Play number 9 on this drive. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Makes the grab on the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we got to stay aggressive.
Looking for a man. It's Stoneburner. He's got it and still on his feet. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And after yet another third down conversion, they've got it first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They need 7 more yards to reach the end zone. It's second and goal. Looking to fire. Trying to find the end zone. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Bring in the heat. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
And that one stings, man. Fourth quarter tie football game. You trusted your kicker to come through, and he gives you the dreaded doink. And that means you know it was so close to being in, that one might come back to bite him.
Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. You can't do that. An illegal forward pass will cost the offense 5 yards. Second down coming up. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Wants to go up top on first down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Well, that's not necessarily a throw that's going to show up on the stat sheet, but I love the decision. We're in the second half. We've got a tie game. You cannot turn the football over. And if nothing's open downfield, just do the smart thing and throw the ball away. I love that decision by the QB.
And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete.
Well, obviously here in the fourth quarter trailing, they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to get back in this game. Couldn't come up with it there on second down. We're expecting them to throw it here on third.
Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Under fire. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Trying to keep the drive alive. Nice move to pick up yardage. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Four quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. Finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
So here comes our first play of overtime. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Spartans. And they're on top here in overtime.
Man, you talk about striking first and creating some momentum in overtime. The first play, you take it to the house and you flip the whole game and put all the pressure on the other sideline, Palmer. That's how you start an OT.
Yeah, and David, that's just 11 guys on offense locked in. First play, score a touchdown, put all the pressure on your opponent. They understand what it's going to take to win this football game.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Got his man on the right. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The noise level is relentless here on second down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's McAllister. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually
Touchdown, Clemson. They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with the point after.
obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
One extra period didn't get it done, and we start the second OT. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
And that is a huge conversion on 3rd and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking touchdown here, 1st and goal.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here.
Touchdown, Tigers. Got it in to take the lead here in the 2nd OT. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic, and this guy is having himself a day.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Looking downfield, it's Stoneburner. That's caught. It's Snow. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Caught near the sticks. It's Snow. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
QB now has over 400 yards passing, guys, and you got to give everybody else in his supporting cast a ton of credit. Receivers, great job running routes, catching the football, and this offensive line has been outstanding, giving him time to throw.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else. But
oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick. The drama built throughout this game, memorable plays, and then finally the gut-wrenching loss at the end in overtime.
This coaching staff is going to look back at the overtime, and they're going to wish they had called some different plays. They had some things set up, but ultimately, with games like this, they come down to the wire. You got to be able to dial in plays to win. I don't think this coaching staff did a great job.
And it's so frustrating to get to this point and make enough plays to be in the game, to come up short in overtime. I'd almost rather get blown out or this game be decided in regulation. Just very frustrating to lose a game, especially like this in OT.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.